Hey coaches, this is Jason Honsite here, and I'm gonna run through a couple plays I've seen here um, a week ago, and these are some great plays that I think that you might be able to look at putting into your offenses. If you're still playing, you can still put them in. If not, take a look at these for next season. All right, so right here we've got Texas against Kansas, and as you know, Tom Herman, I've covered a lot of his stuff and have a course on um, his offense right now. You can check that out over at CoachTube. But what I really like about this play right here is this is a great example of his inside 9 route where he forces defensive secondaries who are in cover 4 um, to get to be isolated on the corner. So it's a simple play action fake, and they've got a motion coming across here just to draw the eyes of the linebackers, help this outside linebacker, give him something else he's got to pick up here in the flat. So play action fake. Of course, if they blitz you and you don't have time to really fake it, that's fine. But if they don't blitz and you do have time, get a good fake in there, drop back, and then you're reading the deep safety first. And you'll see this on the next angle right here. All right, right here you've got, this is where you see your cover 4 here. So you've got a safety in cover 4. He's reading possible run on that play action fake. So he comes up. All right, then he realizes it's pass. He's got to pick up that number 2 receiver. So it's a cover 4, a pattern match right here. So he's got him right there. And that puts the corner on number 1. Now, corner's playing an inside shade here, so what the receiver does is a real nice job of stemming him by working inside, then working vertically, and then breaking across his hands to the inside. Some people call that an 8 route, a post route, but Herman calls it an inside 9 because it's so narrow, and he really wants to work that receiver breaking across his hands and staying skinny. And as you see, if he broke it further across the field, it'd be somewhere way over here. It's a much harder pass to catch, and the safety could have possibly been able to make a play on it. So that inside 9 route, you can throw it up in the air and just lead your receiver nice and deep for the touchdown right there. All right, so this next play right here is what could be run as an RPO, or it could be run as just a basic pop pass. So on the front side here, you have a down, down, center wraparound, which could be interpreted as a run play, or that could just be a unique kind of pass blocking scheme where they're just looking to make it look like a run. Either way, you've got your pass option as the wing right here. He's going to work outside, fake a block, and then release up the seam. And as he releases up the seam, if the linebacker bites, this is your read key right here. All right, that outside force defender. If he reads run, and you've got heavy run block, down block here on the plate on the front side, and you've got a nice run fake right here, everything at this point looks like run to him. So he has to play aggressive and attack that blocker. As long as he attacks him, then the quarterback just pulls the ball out, tosses it right over him to the seam. This play is nearly unstoppable on the goal line here when you have to man up defenders and you can't play this soft zone coverage over top with safeties. When you have to get your safeties into the run defense, it's virtually unstoppable right here, as long as the quarterback reads it right and they play it correctly. So this is a outside zone RPO. Now let's say the linebacker stayed back and played pass defense. Just give the ball off and you got a nice gain right here. Our next play right here is taking a look at some Matt Canada offense, and this is from their LSU game versus Arkansas. The score is tied 0-0. And if you know, I also have a course on Matt Canada, and he's got a ton of different shifts and variables that he loves to run. And I love listening to announcers try to break it down because it's very difficult to understand in some aspects how hard it is for these defenders to adjust to these different looks. If you look right here, you have an unbalanced side completely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 7 gaps over to this side. So any coach in their right mind, when they see this formation here, if they adjust, they're going to have to find the new center, even though this is the real center. They've got to find the midpoint of that offense, which would be right here, and they've got to adjust all of their defenses so that all the gaps are covered to basically what is this tackle right here. All right, then right before the snap, so everybody's thinking, uh-oh, we got to slide over, shift. Right before the snap, they shift 3 guys to the opposite side and form. Now they've got a heavy pass formation, and the defense went from, especially the secondary, went from looking at this as, yes, it is a trips formation over here, but definitely a run defense formation, all right, to now a much more um, pass structured formation right here with 3 wide receivers, and their line is now balanced again. So the defensive structure on the perimeter has to adjust, and the defensive line had to adjust. At least verbally, they had to call out the adjustments. All right, so from this, immediately they snap the ball. So you don't have any time to call these adjustments and to make sure everybody knows who they have. You just have to hope that everybody knows it and stays on top of it, because the second that they get set for 1 second, the ball is snapped. And that's the genius behind this system, is you can make a regular play. You can make the defense feel rushed in just a regular play instead of running a hurry up, no tempo offense and just sprinting to the line and running that next play as fast as possible without any shifting. All right, so again, they pull their backside guard around, but this is definitely a pass set right here by all of their linemen. So if the defense is reading it properly, they are going to read pass, even though they do give just a little bit of a play action fake right there. Quarterback drops back, and he has his rhythm receiver open, okay? And what I mean by his rhythm receiver is after 3 steps and a quick hitch, 3 quick and a hitch, the man that is covering his rhythm receiver right here, which is number 3, is beat, okay? And he can tell that by the fact that by the time he gets to that drop right there, this point right here, where he's ready to deliver the ball, his man is either even or already ahead of that other defender. So let's move on up ahead here, and we'll see the end of this clip here. I'm going to show you real quick. Oh, I didn't take it. I cut it out. My bad. But anyway, if you see it, you'll see that there are no deep defenders. And who is deep? There's no one deep over who could take that play away. There's one man right over the top, but he's closed the gap enough, so all he has to do is throw it in the window down here in the corner, and he's got him. All right, so that's a rhythm throw right there. Boom, you can kind of see it at the very end right there. See how his man had not taken away any of this outside third of the field. If he had been more over the top or collisioned or maybe even playing an outside shade, the quarterback could think twice about it. But he wasn't, so he had a nice break. Just toss it over his shoulder, catch, touchdown. All right, now we're moving on to our final play here. And again, another Matt Canada shift. Okay, so right here, what I love about this play is you have an even offensive line front here. All right, you got center guard tackle to both sides. All right, now we have a jet motion. So defense is thinking jet's coming across. The very first thing that could happen is they snap the ball here. Defense has to be ready, hand it off, and he's outside jet motion. That means these guys got to step up and they got to force and take that away. Okay, doesn't happen. All right, now they're thinking, all right, up, he's headed back. Possible jet coming back this way. So now these guys got to think, all right, got to take the jet away. This safety's got to be thinking walk back up. And the other thing that the secondary has to adjust to is this. All right, right here, you have 2 by 2. All right, double tight ends. So 2 guys got to cover in their zoner man coverage, and 2 got to cover over here zoner man. Boom, trips coverage. Now you got 3, 1, 2, 3. So you got to shift your defensive secondary structure over here. All right, then he comes back. Could be jet over here. Now you don't have trips anymore. What do? They hand the ball off, and it's a run. So all of that confusion happens in such a short amount of time that it really delays this run safety's ability to come up and make a play. And these guys are sitting way back here. What are they sitting back here so far? To try and understand and read all this stuff and not get beat deep like they did, and not get beat deep. So that's the advantage of this kind of an offense against this defense. And you see Geis is such a good running back. He just needs a little hole, which they give him a lot more than that. But you see everybody's taken care of, and they're pulling a lot of extra numbers. This is a pin and pull technique here, pulling both guards outside and cracking down inside. And with the corner soft, there's nobody stopping this play on the outside. All right, so if you want these plays completely broken down, go to my website right now. I've got them completely broken down in a playbook format, every player's assignment, technique, and the complete strategy behind each play already written up. You can download it for free. So go over to my website at prostylespreadoffense.com, grab it, and enjoy.